The morning after another binge, Kobayashi heads off to work. The girl wants to leave the apartment, but a dragon hanging around her neck over the balcony prevents her from doing so. The girl is frightened, but the dragon quickly transforms into a pretty girl named Toru. The dragon girl claims that yesterday the drunken Kobayashi offered to move into her apartment. The girl is very eager to stay, and is willing to work for free as a maid in her house. Kobayashi realizes that nothing good awaits her with such neighbors. However, after flying to work together, she allows the girl to stay at her place. Toru can do absolutely nothing around the house, but is eager to repay her mistress for sheltering her. Kobayashi decides to refuse the dragon girl's transport services, and leaves the girl to guard the house. Burglars break into the apartment. Toru takes on the form of a dragon, which terrifies and chases the bandits away. Takeya, Kobayashi's colleague, invites the girl out for a beer after work. Toru goes with them to protect his mistress from a strange guy. The young men turn out to be otaku. They are madly fanatical about cosplay, and in particular, maid costumes. Drunken Kobayashi tries to rip off Toru's cosplay, driving the dragon girl to a stupor over human behavior. The mistress gives the dragon girl new clothes and teaches her how to use the internet, so she can find information on how to properly manage her household. Not having come to terms with the human rules, she decides to disperse the clouds with her fire breath, so that the mistress's clothes can dry faster. The girls go to bed and Toru has a dream about her past life. During a battle in another world, people pierced her body with a sword. The girls go shopping together for groceries for the first time. Kobayashi wants to see how the dragon girl interacts with other people in the new world. The girl behaves very politely, and doesn't give away her dragon girl gut until she notices a thief running with someone else's bag along the grocery aisle. Toru asks her mistress permission to catch the offender, and then quickly dispatches him with her inhuman strength and speed. When Toru once again goes shopping, an old friend of hers, Kanna, visits Kobayashi's house. The little dragon girl demands that they stop seducing her mistress and let the girl go home. The girl finds them when she sees Toru dispersing the clouds with her breath. Toru declares that she has no intention of going back, for she loves her mistress. Kanna is angry, but later confesses that she also, like her friend, has nowhere to go. Kobayashi suggests that the little girl stay with them. The girl does not trust people, but her mistress' stories give her hope. Kanna is just a baby, and she needs a lot of activity. The girls persuade mistress to go outside to play, ending up flying far outside of Japan. The girl plans to rest while the dragon girls have fun. However, fire, explosions, and fights to the death prevent her from doing so. The mistress does not like these games, and she forces the dragon girls to behave in a human way. The girls don't know how to play human games, so they decide to replicate the mistress' apathetic and disgruntled behavior. Mistress goes to work and Toru decides to teach the little girl the finer points of human life. In the evening, the little girl wants to visit her mistress' work. Toru disguises the little girl and she can finally take on her dragon form. It gets crowded at home, so the ladies decide to rent a bigger apartment. Girls choose to rent an apartment in a house where the roof is freely accessible to the tenants. The girls pack up and move into their new apartment, where the dragons finally have a room of their own. Mistress takes a shower, and Toru offers to give mistress a back rub. It turns out that Toru has trouble washing herself both as a dragon and as a human, so the next day, in gratitude for her care, Kobayashi decides to wash the dragon girl with a hose. The neighbors in the new apartment are unbearably noisy. Surprisingly, the sound comes from all the apartments at once. One neighbor's blender is too loud, a second neighbor turns out to be a heavy rock singer, and a third, using a drill, makes wooden figures. While the neighbors argue about which of them makes more noise and brings more discomfort to the others, Kobayashi suggests that they make a schedule according to which they will do their hobbies without making unnecessary noise. Kobayashi's company is having a corporate retreat. The girl, together with her colleague, do not want to participate, so they decide to organize their own party at Kobayashi's home. The dragon girls are not happy about the upcoming meeting, so they ask permission to invite their friends as well. Kobayashi, Takeya, and the dragonesses await their guests. The first to arrive is Fafnir, the Dragon King, in his true form. Toru asks the boy to reincarnate as a human, and he presents himself to the boys in a butler's cosplay. Next, in rather revealing clothing, another exiled dragon girl, Luca, appears. Takeya and Fafnir play a game of console while the girls chat about the changes taking place in mistress life since Tora appeared. Drunken Takeya and Kobayashi start arguing over Fafnir's cosplay again, after which they make Luca wear her maid's uniform. Kanna watches ordinary children from her balcony, dreaming of living the same carefree life. The girls go to the stationery store to buy the little girl everything she needs to enter school. While Kobayashi was paying, Kanna wanted to take a cute bunny keychain from the window. However, when the girl approached the cash register, she immediately realized that mistress had spent too much money on her, and discreetly returned the keychain to its place. Meeting the class goes well. The little girl is smarter and stronger than her peers, so all the kids want to make friends with her. Only one girl doesn't like the fact that Kanna strongly stands out among the others. The dragon girl manipulates her tears, and she manages to make friends with the little rebel. Kanna confesses to Toru that, in fact, she is bored with school and only wants to go there to observe people's behavior. At home, Kobayashi gives Kanna the very trinket the little girl wanted so much. Toru is angry that mistress pays more attention to the baby girl than she does, but through simple manipulation, the enamored dragon girl manages to calm her down. Dragons began to frequent Kobayashi's house. On one such day, the little girl, along with her new friend, returns home and announces to everyone present a certain upcoming duel. It turns out that the little girls have challenged the adult boys to a game of dodgeball, but now have absolutely no idea how to defeat the Thunderers. The whole company goes to the game, the outcome of which was predetermined. The boys have no chance of defeating the adult dragons. After the game, Toru remembers that she has never beaten Fafnir and Luca at dodgeball, so she offers to start a new game. The grounds turn into ruins, but Luca promises to rebuild them and erase the memories of all who saw them. It had been 2 months since they had met. Tori had almost adapted to the human world, but she continued to look for ways to please her mistress. The girl becomes invisible and sneaks into Kobayashi's office. The dragon girl notices a man yelling at her mistress and begins to harm the scoundrel in retaliation for her beloved. The mistress realizes that the dragon girl has been near her the whole time and asks the girl to come out of invisibility. Kobayashi learns that she has changed a great deal since the dragon girl came into her life. The next day, on her way back from the store, Toru meets Fafnir and invites the dragon to visit. The boy declares that he wants to stay in the human world, but Kobayashi makes it clear to his girlfriend that another dragon is not enough for their house. The boy notices how much his friend is conceiving affection for humans and can't understand how these creatures have earned her love. Thora offers to help Fafnir to find a place to live, eventually settling the dragon with Takia. At home, the dragon girls watch a television program about magic tricks and begin to think that people can use magic, too. At home, the girls find a self-help book on discovering superpowers, but after trying all the techniques, they never get any results. Kobayashi admits that people don't have any superpowers and shows the girl the secret to a simple trick so she won't get so upset. Kanna's friend invites the dragon girl to visit. She wants the little girl to come along with Toru, so that their maids can get acquainted too. The girls meet Georgia, Saikawa's maid. Kobayashi likes the uniform the girl is wearing, and Toru becomes jealous. While in one room there is lively talk about maids, in the other, the girls are suspiciously frankly playing Twister. Little Kanna has already realized that she wants the same relationship as Kobayashi and Toru. The girl proposes to Saikawa to get closer, but at that moment Toru runs out of the room screaming. Turns out that Georgia is Saikawa's older sister. The girl is also an otaku, like Kobayashi and Takia. Luca, following Fafnir, decides to move to the human world. A child has summoned her with a ritual, and the girl has agreed to become his servant. However, there is one problem. He believes that Luca is a demon. Shota is a boy from a family of mages. He summons Luca to show his parents his power. The boys decide it would be best for the girl to leave his house, but the dragon girl stays and continues to terrorize the boy. Before she leaves, Mistress manages to notice a family photo on the shelf. Shota's father turns out to be her boss. Fafnir and Takia get along great together. They have endless fun and play video games. Despite his hatred for humans, Fafnir accepts Takia and begins to consider him his friend. The girls, in their entirety, arrive at the sea, taking Shota with them. Kobayashi doesn't like outdoor activities, so she lets the girls frolic on their own. As usual, by going a little overboard, the dragon girls almost cause a tsunami on a crowded beach. Mistress says that nothing has changed in this place since the last time she was here with her family. The Draconess asks the girl to tell her about her family, but she has nothing to say, for she is the most ordinary person with the most ordinary family. Toru wondered if the most ordinary person, such as her mistress, was able to shelter dragons in her home, then suddenly all other people would be able to accept the fact of their existence. The dragon girl would love to meet her maiden parents, but realizes that the moment she sees a human, they will immediately try to incinerate them. Kobayashi understands that the worlds in which they were born are too different, but that is why she will treasure every moment for the two of them. Today, Takiya puts his manga on display at Comic-It. The girls come to help the guy and notice Fafnir, who also decided to participate in the festival. The girls approach Fafnir to read his manuscripts and learn that the guy has written an anthology of real curses. Among the cosplayers, Thora notices real monsters who come from another world. Usually, the guys masquerade as humans, and only on days like this can they have fun in their true form. Toru also wants to transform into her true form. Mistress lets her release her wings, and immediately a crowd of photographers gathers around her. The comic comes to an end and Toru is affirmed in how much she loves her mistress.